Yo, what's goody? This is Chezza,
GMTM.
and this is an offshoot to the Casual Fan Podcast. This is our Marvel reviews. As you know, 2021 is upon us, and they have said that we will be getting something Marvel once a week for like minimum 6 months. Minimum 6 months, but I believe it's going to be once a week for the rest of the year, but we will see. So, in that, we have started, if you're watching this, you already know. Wandavision has dropped. We're 3 episodes in. Uh, should we
I just
go?
watched the third episode.
You just watched it. Yeah, the third episode. Now I see why they did the separation between the second and third, or the first, second, and the third episode, because third episode reveals a whole lot. Like 1 and 2 hints it, but the third episode answers a lot.
Yeah.
But let's get to the initial reaction after you watched 1 and 2. How did you feel?
I liked it. I liked the pace. I liked the homage to all the old sitcoms. So it's dope. From the themes, the theme changes each episode to fit
the
to
time.
fit the time and the TV shows that were big in those times.
So I heard that the reason why they were using the different TV shows, the different TV timelines, is because when she was locked up in Sokovia, these TV shows are the only thing that made her feel like fine, like she needed, like, you know what I mean? Like she was watching those while she's in prison. She's watching all these old school TV, and that was the life she wanted. To her, that was happiness.
Yeah.
So, did you notice in the first episode? You know when they were talking about the rings?
Yeah.
Like they didn't have. No, that was second episode, but little things that no, actually, first episode
It was
was
the first episode.
First episode, yeah, end of first episode, but it was based around what was that date on the calendar, and how none of them could figure out anniversary. I was like, yo, that's like, to me, I'm like, that's like very detailed because she spent her whole life in Sokovia, in captive. So what would she know about anniversaries and shit? You know what I mean? And he's, well,
An android.
As an android, you think that they might have uploaded that information in him, but who knows?
Yeah.
But at the same time, I'm like, oh, that little detail, it was pretty crazy that they were able to go around that, and the two of them had no clue.
No concept of it.
They just knew. Even at the beginning, I was like, because I've watched it like a few times, the first. So you know when they like the opening credits, when she gets to the house and she changed the house to sold.
Yeah.
I feel like we're pretty much watching the takeover. Like to us, it looked all happy, joy. Oh, they're moving into the new house. But to the people who actually live there, it might not have been so sweet. You know what I mean?
That's true.
So I'm like, Jesus, just a whole bunch of little shit I've been finding within it. But what stuck out to you? I guess first episode.
It kind of does it each episode, and it intensifies as it goes. But the first episode, and they show it in the trailer when they're having dinner, and it was misleading in the trailer. But she keeps repeating, like, "Stop it, like stop." It was like, and her tone changes a little, and you can see that she's like the fact that they have like something's wrong, but you don't know what's wrong. And I like the fact that they take a little bit of the episode and really zero in on that.
Yeah.
And it kind of reminds me of Bray Wyatt when he does Firefly Funhouse. It's really happy, and then
and then it changes
and then
right quick.
For a second it gets sinister and then pops back out.
Yeah.
You know. That's what I've been liking about the episode so far. The first episode.
That actually, in watching it so many times, that scene was actually revealing as well, because as she's saying stop it, she can't stop smiling.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? She was stuck smiling, so you can tell she's like, and like you're saying, like her voice is changing. Like you can tell she's panicking. Like
Yeah.
stop it. But she couldn't tell him he's choking or whatever because of whatever power they're under.
Yeah.
So at this point, in watching everything, or actually, because anything else stick out in episode 1? Episode 1 was like the little hints.
Yeah, I thought it was interesting that they said, because her original name in the comics is Agatha Harkness,
Yeah.
right?
Yeah.
But they split it like in
Agnes.
2 people. I didn't.
Not into 2 people. You mean in her name? You mean?
Yeah. No, because the 2 that they were hosting, they were.
Oh yeah. Were they?
Yeah, because remember it was on the calendar. That's why it was like, oh,
the hearts.
Yeah.
No. It's Hark with a K.
Oh,
Harkness.
Okay.
That's why everyone's saying Agatha Harkness is the one, because her name, her first part of the name, and the last part of the name connect to Agatha, the beginning and the end of Agatha Harkness, right?
Yeah.
But no, it wasn't Heart.
Yeah.
But actually, talking about the hearts, did you notice? Because so at that point, you start to see like a little bit of disruption and shit, right?
Mm.
And then it went back to it. Second episode, he was gone.
Yeah.
So, like, third episode, like, answers all this shit. But as soon as he was gone, that made me question as well, like, where the hell did this guy go? Like, you know what I mean? Like, why isn't he still there? And he just up and disappeared. Nobody noticed. All new people, like a whole bunch of more people. The black guy makes me laugh.
Yeah.
He's so, like, relaxed. No, not that one.
Yeah.
No, not that one.
Especially with the third episode.
Yo, yeah.
Trimming the hedges. Like,
trimming the brick wall.
Yeah, he's like,
he was going all in.
It appears I did.
But yeah, what's it called? Second episode, I feel like it revealed a lot. Well, it started to reveal some with the whole Dottie thing. So my assumption when I first saw Dottie, I could be right, I could be wrong, but because of the adoration from everybody to her, trying to get like her attention, how she runs everything, I thought she was Mephisto. I still feel like she has something to do with Mephisto. Like a lot of people have said, like when it comes to the radio, you can see that she snaps back into the regular person. But I was just like, there's something about her. Like she runs. She's
got control.
Yeah, and then they said, what's it called? The devil's in the details. And then Agnes is like, that's not the only thing the devil's in.
Yeah. So we'll see.
So much little things. Like I was watching New Rockstars, and they were breaking down a lot of all the references around Agnes have to do with the devil. So like the rabbit's name, Senor Scratchy. One of the devil's names is Mr. Scratch.
I've never heard that one.
Exactly. That's how I felt. I was like, oh, did not know that. Ralph was a character from The Lord of the Flies. He was the bad guy who was like pretty much the devil like representation. There's a lot of stuff around her that, and then she's the one that always brings up the devil. And she seems to be the only one to like know what's going on. You know what I mean? Like she knows what's going on. And when it comes to the whole comic books, so actually, before we get into the comic books, anything else stand out to you in episode 2 at all?
I thought it was funny how they played on Vision's gears and stuff.
That was crazy. It's like
Vision
has gears? Vision has gears?
Huh?
Man got drunk off of red gum. He was ready to spill it all. But yeah, actually, when it goes to another point to episode 2 is the ending. Well, not even ending, the beginning. So the first time I see the helicopter, I'm looking at the helicopter and I'm like,
it's got the sword on it.
the sword logo, but still that sword logo is like, it's a double meaning on that. Because that sword logo also is the Antichrist symbol,
Yeah.
right? It's the upside down cross.
Upside down cross.
So then they're talking about the devil and they're talking about sword. So I mean, is sword the devil, like the representation of the devil? And that's the whole problem. And they're just connecting those two together.
Could be.
Or is it connected to the comic book story where Mephisto and Agatha Harkness helped create these children within Wanda so that Mephisto had like a way of coming into our world type thing.
Could be.
So it's
Doctor Strange is up due to make an appearance soon.
We'll see. I wonder if he's gonna come like within the episode or if he's just gonna show up at the end, like, because the way that everything is moving, like if we jump into the third episode, bit by bit, the question is Wanda doing this on her own or is she being influenced by somebody? But we know for sure that she is the one doing it, because end of episode 2, the beekeeper guy comes out and she rewinds that right back.
Yeah.
Episode 3, Vision starts catching on. Rewound him, and then Geraldine. That was the only 2, right? And Geraldine, well, she threw out the damn.
Well, where's Geraldine come from? Because she's Monica Rambeau, right?
Monica Rambeau, yeah. So she works for Sword right now, pretty much.
Yeah.
Like, you know what I mean? So she has no powers at the moment.
Name a reference to anything?
Geraldine, I'm not sure. I didn't hear anything about it. I don't believe it's a reference to anything. But yeah, I'd have to look into like the Scarlet Witch's like background to see. But yeah, she played her part, and they're like, she had no house, which was weird because she came into the house saying my roof is leaking. So it's like, and the fact that she gave Geraldine the wrong name, she knew she was in there. You know what I mean? There were times that, like, when she asked her name, she knew. She was like, Geraldine. Like, she's like, I'm not giving you my real name type thing.
Yeah. Yeah, I was just wondering if that was like a reference somewhere in the comics or something. Because I know Marvel is real meta with the details. So,
but yeah, going back to the black guy and talking about his whole conversation with Agnes, we'll say, they haven't told us was her yet. How do you think they like really like move around in that world? Because he was ready to say it, but it was being held back in a way.
Yeah. So
it's like, when they're not around Wanda, can they move the way they want to move? Or even look at the doctor. The doctor's like, this, you know, small towns, it's just hard to escape. Like, you can't leave.
That was another one. The doctor's name was Stan.
Was it?
I don't know if you caught that.
No.
Vision puts him on his back and they speed off. And the woman gets out the car and she says, but Stan, we got to go to such and such.
Yeah, okay.
So I didn't know if they were trying to pay respect to Stan Lee or...
Could be. It makes sense. Why not? You know what I mean? Throw his little... Because he can't do it himself, so throw a little something in there.
Yeah.
But yes, like, that's the biggest question to me. Like, not the biggest, but how do they move? Like, how do they move when she's not around them? Like, is it 100%? Like, is she controlling them at all times? And that's why anytime she has like some type of distraction, she gets thrown off and everything starts going whack around her.
Could be.
But still, it's all about
the way she was when Vision came back in and he's like, where's Geraldine? And it's just kind of like,
she was villainous, like,
yeah. So it's like, she had to go.
She had to go. So it's like, that's why the big question to me is she really under control or is she being controlled? Because if she's under control like this, which does coincide with the comic books, because she's not right in the head. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
She's not right in the head. And I believe she created, no, the whole House of M thing was just to have her family all together, whatever. And they started controlling everything. And she had no problem doing that world. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So she's not right. So That's why. Oh, how when you say Doctor Strange shows up to me, I'm like maybe he shows up in the end, and Wanda's actually the villain or one of the villains of the
in
multiverse of
his movie.
madness, or
I don't
she's
know.
a tool to one of the villains. So maybe it won't be Nightmare in Multiverse of Madness. Maybe it'll be Mephisto, or maybe it's Nightmare doing this to her right now.
Could be. Could be. I like where they're building towards. Only thing I didn't understand was when Monica Rambeau comes back to present day.
Right?
The agents drew their guns on her. Did you book it?
I didn't see them draw their guns. I know they all came
They
running out, but
surrounded her.
yeah, they
And
surrounded
then
her and put the spotlight on her and all that stuff. But same time, with everything that Wanda does, maybe you just don't know.
I don't know.
Maybe you just don't know. Maybe she comes out and she's wild and she starts just killing them all.
I'm interested to see which characters they introduce next, because it's next week will be what, almost halfway through.
Yeah.
We haven't really seen. We've seen a little bit of Sword Agents, but they haven't given us anything solid on one particular character.
Right. We know it's pretty much the Jimmy Woo character, the
Yeah,
Asian one, because of his voice. So more times he's the Coulson of the lead in this.
and what's her name that was in Thor, the Thor series? She's in there as well.
Okay.
From Two Broke Girls.
Yeah. They say on different like shows I see, they're saying that she's possibly the one who's actually watching it on the screens as it goes
Yeah.
through. What I kind of find weird with the screens, is it just me, or does the screen when they're watching fit the time period that the TV show is in? Like the
Yeah.
settings around the how
Yeah,
is it?
they use specific lenses and stuff.
No, I just mean
Cameras.
like not in that way. I mean like, so you know when they pull out at the end of the when they pull out at the end of the episode and it shows that somebody is watching them on TV,
Yeah.
that person in their surroundings fits the timeline of what they're watching.
Oh, I didn't catch on to that.
So that kind of stuck out to me. I'm like, maybe they're so close that it affects them, or they might be, because
Yeah.
if they're on the inside of it, they would be under her power, wouldn't they? So
I gotta watch 3 again. I'll probably watch 3 again later tonight.
yeah, I just watched it once, so caught a few things. The kids are here. So and one thing that Monica being thrown out showed is that whatever Wanda makes stays. It's real. Because she had the afro, she had all the clothes. All those clothes
Yeah.
are made up from Wanda's mind. And when Wanda kicked her out, she still had the
She
clothes
still
on.
had it. Yeah.
So those kids are alive. Like those kids are alive. So we're gonna see how fast those kids grow up too. Like think about
Yeah.
it. The trailer pretty much, I feel like we're pretty much caught up to the trailer. Maybe one more episode and we got everything from the trailer.
Yeah, I think the 90s.
Yeah. One more episode.
The
Or
90s was the last one that I remember seeing.
this shit.
Well, wait, no. There's another one in the 70s. Because there's one where she's got in the 80s gear. She's got like the leggings and the big hair. And she's sitting down.
Possible. Marvel likes to throw in some random shit too. They're like, oh, we just tape this anyway.
Unless it's the
Guy's afraid to show his face. You know, he reminds me of the guy from Charlie Murphy. But the guy from what's it called? Fat Albert and the Gang.
Oh, I thought you were gonna say Baron Zito.
No, not Baron Zemo. Come on now. If you guys don't know, go to flycrown.ca. Get your gear now. And I gotta find that Fat Albert guy's name.
So when they tell you to put a mask on, that's what they're
Roll it
talking
up.
about.
Roll it up.
His name's Yuckmouth.
The one who did the no, not all the way, not all the way. Just to show your eyes. No, like the guy from Fat Albert.
His name's Yuckmouth.
Then roll it up until your eyes show in the hat, but you can see your mouth at the bottom.
That is how he had it, though.
Is it?
Yeah, it was like that.
Yeah, that makes sense.
Flycrown.ca.
Flycrown.ca.
None of that makes sense.
That makes sense.
Background? What the hell is happening here?
You can put your mask on at the same time. This is Wandavision, man. I don't know if you know about the no, but if you don't know, you don't know, you know?
Chezza's showing you off with his green screen. Is that what he's doing?
I have no... There's no fight. There's no dog in the fight with me.
Power of the laptop.
Yeah.
There's no dog in the fight?
Yeah.
Well,
I have no dog in the fight.
There is no dog here.
There's no dog in the fight.
There's no dog here.
At all.
I don't think Chezza has a dog either.
Nope, just kids. But yeah. So yeah, you just watched episode 3. Anything
the stork. The stork dancing around.
Yeah. I think that was just more like imagery
that it's about to
happen, you know what I mean?
Yeah.
And as much as she tried to like magic it away, it's like your magic can't affect it. It's going to happen. You know what I mean? So that
she kept trying to make it disappear, and it wouldn't.
Exactly. But then that makes it seem like, is there a stronger power in this? Is there someone with more powers than Wanda freaking puppeteering what he needs to happen? And like we know in episode 2, forgot to push. Episode 2, they pushed heavy for the children.
Yeah.
You look around the city, no kids at all.
Yeah.
So everything is for Wanda's 2 kids. So
yeah,
who wants these kids alive? Is it Wanda, or is there a deeper thing to it? Because Agatha could be helping Wanda in this whole thing, but like say something happened between the 2 of them, and they're like, Wanda's like, just don't let me know this is really happening. You know what I mean? Like, keep me on the outside. So she's just kind of handling everything around it. And whenever she loses whenever she loses focus or gets distracted, that's when what's-your-name has to fly in. Like, hey, just you got to do this and do this and do this. Boom, boom. Cool. All right, cool. My husband Ralph, and leaves.
Yeah.
Oh, they were saying that too. The husband Ralph references, a lot of the stuff he says or she says about her husband Ralph, it goes with the devil as well. Like, he looks better in the dark.
Oh, okay.
Anytime she throws a shot at her husband Ralph, think about the devil, and it's like, oh yeah, it sounds like it attaches. So
I gotta watch that again. I'm gonna watch 2 again, and because I watched the first one twice, and I watched the second one halfway through again, but I didn't go through it again and watch everything again.
Yeah.
Just to see what I could pick up on. And I'm going to watch the third one again as well.
There's so many little details. It's pretty crazy.
Yeah.
And in this, how do you feel it's going to end?
I think it's going to end. Well, Kevin Feige said, this is where you get to see the true power of the Scarlet Witch.
But it could be we're already seeing that.
Not yet.
It could be. That's what I'm saying. It could be we're actually seeing it right now, because the power to control a whole town is a lot of power. Is a lot of power. It doesn't have to get bigger than it can get bigger than that possibly, but it doesn't have to be bigger than that, because that's huge.
Yeah. But I think it's gonna end with like her just probably losing control,
Right.
just not being able to hold everything together, and getting to the point where she may self implode, and then Doctor Strange. Doctor Strange comes in after that. I just love how Marvel does it to where it's like, yeah, this is linked to this, but it's not happening for another year. Like Doctor Strange is what, end of this year?
I believe so.
After Spider-Man?
But even then, like, they have so many little stories in between that it doesn't feel like you're waiting long to get to that storyline. You know what I mean?
Yeah. It's wild. What do you think is gonna happen?
I just want to check the date. So, Doctor Strange, March 25th, 2022. So,
Oh, okay. For some reason, I thought he was dropping in December, but that's Spider-Man.
yeah, but still, that's still a year. March 25th, 2022.
Yeah.
That's a year and change. Well, by the time it's done, it should be a year. By the time WandaVision is done. But, does Quicksilver come back?
Yes.
Now, does he come back for real? Or
There's gonna be a heavy reference to him.
they've done it?
No. Like there's one scene in one of the probably the next one where Wanda says something to the effect of, "Keep it down. Your uncle's asleep in the next room."
Oh, yes.
I can't remember who. It was probably Emergency Awesome. They probably had like something that was found in Reddit.
Yeah.
Some Reddit blog or whatever. But yeah, apparently he's in one of the rooms, and she says to the kids, "Keep it down. Your uncle's asleep." So
Their uncle just
whether we see him or not, we know that
he'll
in the
be in there
actual
somewhere.
in the actual space he's there. So
Well, what if at that time that's when she's really cracking and he's not even really there? She just assumes he's there now because she can't even tell the difference between her magic and real life anymore.
yeah.
That'd be There's so many ways this can go because her mind state is gone and we don't know.
Also, I found it it's funny when she was singing to the kids. She was singing in
I was in Sokovian. I'm assuming that's the language. Okay. Yeah, she went back to her old ways, like all that stuff. Yo, it was pretty crazy when what's her name was like, your brother, he was killed by Ultron. I was like, shut your mouth, shut up. The one was like, that's how I knew. Also, sorry, that's how I knew. Also, that what's it called? She knew what was going on, because all the lies wasn't her falling back into order, was her trying to cover her tracks. And I was like, So when Wanda isn't focused on keeping you under control, you know exactly what's going on. And wasn't that around the same time that's when Agnes and the guy were outside talking to Vision? So her focus was gone too. So they almost told Vision what's really going on. I guess they were in the state to be able to do that, but yeah,
man, it's been pretty dope so far. The way they've just put everything together, from the decades to the story to overall, from taking it back from the end of Endgame, and just where are we now?
Yeah,
where are we? When they tie it all together.
That shit is, I don't know. I don't know what to expect. Like, will Mephisto be there? Will he not? Is Wanda just frigging crazy? How the big talk everybody is, how is she gonna introduce mutants and shit? Is it just because her kids are born with power? In the end, she has power. She's an inhuman. So they
Yeah.
can still go the inhuman route. You know what I mean? So how does she introduce mutants? Like, I want to see that angle. Like, I know it's gonna have to do with the kids, but how?
Yeah.
I get is it? But her and Vision didn't really make that baby, so it's like you can't say the two different things. Her Vision didn't really make it. Say like Captain America and Captain Marvel. Yeah, Captain America, Captain Marvel had a baby. Is that how mutants are created? Like you have to have two superpowers, and then that gene is just in their body.
Yeah. Possibly. We'll find out.
Man.
We'll find out, man. It's the funny thing about watching all this stuff now is like we knew what was happening a year ago.
Yeah.
And now it's just playing out in front of us.
Like,
and the little details we need is what we're really watching it for.
Right now we should be waiting for Doctor Strange to come. Like we should already know everything in Wandavision. We should already know Winter Soldier and Falcon. We should already know Black Widow.
I can't wait for Loki, man.
We should already know Loki. Like, what if? We should already know what if. There's so many little things we should know, but we don't.
Yeah.
But yeah. Yeah, I'm just looking at the list. So WandaVision, January 15th. Next up after WandaVision, March 19th, we're going right into the Falcon and the Winter Soldier.
Yeah.
After that, that's gonna shoot until May. May 7th, we get Black Widow first. I think we're gonna get Black Widow first and then Loki.
Oh yeah.
Later on in the month. But I think Loki's probably gonna happen like the last week. So even though they're saying they're giving us something a week, the fact that Black Widow is out, you have 3 weeks to watch that movie. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
Instead of just giving you something else right away, so you're like, I can just skip that.
Yeah. Yeah, I can't wait. I can't wait for the Loki series.
Yeah, they didn't even give a date. They just say May 2021. So that's what made me think that. Now Loki is going to be pretty dope too, and there should be, if Mephisto is in this, there could be that connection from this movie to Loki. Like Mephisto might be like a big player within the multiverse. It could be him trying to get out of his universe into the rest.
Yeah.
So he's trying all the different ways. Maybe he's trying with the female Loki, and he's trying with Wanda. Doctor Strange. So he had this magician girlfriend named Clea. If they introduce her, that can show that Mephisto is going after women, powerful women to go through. To be kind of crazy.
Mm-hmm.
Like Wanda would still be the same thing if it's in a Doctor Strange movie, but if they add one more, that'd be kind of it show what he's doing. But yeah, after Loki, we're jumping into What If. That just says summer 2021, so I'm guessing whenever Loki finishes, that's when that's dropping. Then the next one after that is Shang-Chi. That's gonna be dope.
Yeah.
The freaking Mortal Kombat style. So people are hoping there's gonna be a few mutants in that tournament.
Hopefully.
I feel like known mutants. Like Wolverine maybe. Maybe a Colossus from Russia.
Yeah, but if you put Wolverine in there,
it overshadows.
Yeah. Also, how does he lose?
I mean, what if they tell you you can't use your claws? You know what I mean? He can still lose. He just can't die.
You gotta, yeah, but you gotta bring it back to wrestling. Do you want to make him look weak in his debut? You want to do the Sting route? You bring him.
Be that.
You bring him out and he puts over Triple H.
Or maybe Sabretooth instead. That'd be kind of crazy. So that gives you that taste. That gives you that taste.
You could bring Iron Fist back, make him look stronger.
Yeah, I heard about that. Iron Fist. They can bring Iron Fist. Luke Cage in that too.
But they would have to do some traveling, of course.
What do you mean? It's Iron Fist. Doesn't he have like a one-way ticket to that place in like I forget where it is, but it's somewhere in the Himalayas mountains, I believe. So he's probably just around the corner. Yeah, I'll just show up. Luke Cage would have to travel.
I'm actually gonna go through all of them.
I'll watch them again. I don't think they're on Netflix anymore.
No. It's on Netflix.
Is it still on Netflix?
Yeah, so I'm gonna rinse it before they do that because I
Are you
never
sure?
got.
I don't think they're on
I have them
Netflix anymore.
saved. I just saved them like a couple days ago.
Oh, okay. So I remember they were talking about they took it off and then they weren't sure of where they wanted because remember the contract was up that Netflix had the like exclusivity on them or something like that.
Yeah,
And they were gonna move them over to Hulu. I don't know shit about Hulu, so
I don't know either, but I need to because we got another Marvel series on there.
which one?
So, Patton Oswalt.
Oh, MODOK.
MODOK.
Why don't they ever like push that? I don't hear anything about MODOK. You know, I saw the one trailer and then haven't heard anything about it. It's not on this list at all.
There was that one. I think it was Entertainment Weekly or something. They played like a scene, not like a full scene, but it wasn't like a trailer. It was like a clip from a.
Yeah, it was a clip from it. Yeah, so it's being released. It's currently being animated by Stupid Studios, the people who did Robot Chicken.
And
will presumably release in early 2021. Well, that's what's planned, but nothing yet. But yeah, it should be on Hulu. So yeah, that's gonna be like not R-rated, but PG-13. So that's why it's not on Disney. All right, Disney's gonna be opening up a adult content type thing. No, not adult content, but you know what I mean.
Because they're gonna have thing on there, Deadpool 3,
and
that's
to them
official.
they're like, why lose all that money because we just want to keep it child friendly? Just put there, make sure parents have a code and call it a day.
Yeah, that's way too much money to leave on the table.
You know what I mean? To go through a middleman, why? Like cut the middleman out, like it's nice and easy. But yeah. After What If was Shang-Chi. And then after Shang-Chi, it might slow down a little bit there. Shang-Chi, July, August. They don't have anything for August. So What If could drop then. That's why it just says summer 2021. They don't know. Hawkeye still has to drop in Miss Marvel.
Now that What If, are they dumping the whole clip? Or are they chopping it? Because it's supposed to be one episode per MCU movie.
Yeah.
So it's 23 episodes. So are they going straight through with it? Or are they doing it like 7 apiece or something like that?
They probably do that.
7 or 8.
And then just fill in gaps. Use it as a way to fill in gaps. So whenever they don't really have like from here, what I was saying, August and September, there's nothing really there. So that gives them 8 weeks to play with.
Unless they have a little rest period.
Yeah. June, I guess would have Loki.
Yeah.
Would be mostly Loki. But why rest period? If you just said 23 episodes of What If. Fill in those 8 episodes, pause it. That goes into Eternals in November 5th. You still have the Hawkeye TV show, the Miss Marvel TV show, and then the Spider-Man in December. So that gap might even. What if? I don't even. Hawkeye, Miss Marvel. That seems like a lot. Holy shit! Because we just say that at least once a month there's a movie, at least, if not a movie, TV show, and then they have 2 other TV shows, or at least 3 other TV shows they haven't actually scheduled yet, which is at least 8 episodes each. What if you said how many? So it's like 8 episodes each plus that. It's gonna run right into 2021. Like it's gonna be a whole lot of this. 2022. There's gonna be a whole lot of this. People are gonna be like, "You guys just talk about Marvel shit all day." Hey, listen, I don't think we're gonna be talking about any DC shit. Because I have you watched Wonder Woman?
No,
I have not. I too. See. And
I
then
just I'm not gonna front. The reviews are not helping.
to me, the reviews are mostly because there's not much fight scenes.
Yeah, you gave me the breakdown
And
from what you heard.
the stupid I haven't seen it just for the shit that I've seen, and the stupid wishing for more wishes or wishing to be the genie. You know what I mean? Like if I find a genie, rub that genie, I get my 2 wishes. Like think about it. Jafar did it, and what happened? What happened to Jafar? He got locked up and thrown into. Why would you want to be the genie?
Yeah.
Why would you want to be the genie before you even wish for more wishes? Like, tell me no first. Like, what the hell?
Well, as far as DC goes, Black Lightning is back next month or March.
Black Lightning. After like, I stopped like really like bootlegging stuff. It's hard to watch a lot of shows because then if it's not on Amazon, Black Lightning is usually on. If it's not on Amazon, Netflix. Yeah, Black Lightning is on Netflix, so
yeah,
I can continue to watch that. And then if it's not on Amazon, Disney, or Netflix, I don't get it.
Yeah, it's on Netflix though. So
also, I'm not watching. Actually, also what I'm not watching. Did you hear that Zack Snyder will not be breaking up the Zack Snyder version of Justice League into 4 movies?
They're doing
1 4-hour movie.
That sounds like, you know what that sounds like to me? And maybe it's just conspiracy theory or some shit. Sounds like somebody broke something in the contract and he's just like, nope.
I'm dropping it all.
We had an agreement, but all right, you want to do that? We're not doing that episodic. We're doing a full one. Maybe he wanted to get paid per clip or something like that, or I don't know.
And they're trying to play him for it.
Maybe, I don't know.
Probably
because it was
like, supposed. That's crazy. I'm not watching a 4-hour movie. Like, you know, when Titanic dropped, and everybody went to go see it, and they're like, "Chez, it's 3 hours long." That's all I had to hear. It's like, no, I'm not watching this movie. I'm not watching. It's 3 hours long. Why am I sitting 3 hours to watch a movie? Yes, I know I watched Endgame, but let's be serious.
Endgame was riveting.
It built to it. Like, you had to watch Endgame. There was like, if you watch any of the other 2-hour movies that they dropped, you had to watch Endgame. It was only right. Like, there's nothing that DC has done that justifies me watching Justice League for 4 hours. Because the first Justice League that was 2 hours was trash. You want me to double that? You want me to double that?
They did.
Into a just in case the Snyder version is better? Please. Because he taped a few different scenes, but pretty much it's the same friggin', like, man.
They're banking on it, like, being praised, being like, no, I know it's 4 hours, but you gotta see it.
Yeah. No,
yeah, man. I don't have faith in DC like that. Not with the movies. If it ain't Batman,
on that's bankrupt. What's that? Man. DC, yeah. DC can't get it right. Marvel took them some time. Like, truthfully, Marvel TV show-wise, they're still not touching DC. Like, the WandaVision makes sense because it connects to all the movies. It's a part of this whole thing. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
But it's like, if it was a standalone show without the connections, could they still make a Marvel show? You know what I mean?
And let's keep it all the way funky. WandaVision, Falcon and Winter Soldier, Loki, Hawkeye. Those are all movies just broken up into 8 parts.
That's it.
It's not like they're planning season. Well, Loki, they're planning season 2, but
these are all mini series, if they want to call it something. And mini series.
Yeah, but it's really one movie just broken down. You know, DC does a very good job at playing the long game with their television series.
Exactly. Yep.
So,
And they make them standalones. It's like it doesn't have to connect to all this other stuff. When they first made them, they were here. You know what I mean? The only connection that you really knew was obviously it's being produced by like the same group. It's on the same channel. Boom. Okay, that's the connection to us. Down the road, they start mixing it, but it's kind of like any other TV show, like Chicago Fire, Chicago PD, Chicago Med. You know what I mean? They all crossed over. You know what I mean? That the freaking what's it called? The SVU, all the Law and Orders. They've crossed over. So that's not. But at the same time, when they cross over, it's that one storyline, and then they go back to their lives. Marvel's is only like really working because it all works as one. If it doesn't work as one, they really don't have a handle on it. But before we go, we'll be back next week when WandaVision episode 4 drops. Got to see what's gonna happen now that Wanda just might be the villain, or the devil might come out.
I'm liking it. The pace is picked up. Like the first episode, you got like a good pace. I thought the second episode was a little slower.
Yeah.
But this one just ramps up.
Yeah. To me, the first episode was a good intro. It was like an intro to the world of what's going on, the mix-up, the confusion, all that stuff. Second one, it was slower, but it was like giving us little jewels here and there.
Yeah.
Like, okay, now that you know the situation, let me show you little things that might attribute to this confusion and da-da-da-da. And then 3 was like, this might be the reason for the confusion. And now we're just like, shit. And now there's kids involved? Man. They're going to take
Wanda, who's doing this to you? Oh,
call back
we didn't
nobody.
Before we go, we didn't talk about this. Second Hydra commercial.
Oh.
In 3 episodes.
The Hydra, what do they call it? The Hydra wash?
Hydra, something like Hydra soap.
Hydra
soap or something like that.
But yeah, all the commercials, they're all connected to her past, from what I see. The first one with the toaster, the ticking was like the bomb that was supposed to go off Tony Stark, and that's why they hate Tony Stark, because the whole thing, their family dying because of him.
Yeah.
And
Hydra's the watch.
Strucker will make time for you. I said, whew. As soon as I saw Strucker, I was like, that's cold. And then that line, will make time for you. And then the Hydra wash. So it's like all the little steps that she's been through. The ticking, the thing why she hates Tony Stark. The Strucker, he was the one who was really like kept them under lockdown. The Hydra wash, I feel, is like the brainwashing they had to go through. Yeah, the whole everything. It's pretty dope the way they're doing this.
Yeah.
Little
I never thought that I never thought about them doing commercials. It's just like that makes so much sense.
Yeah.
Just another little nugget, in between episodes.
Wait, what? It's like all this stuff is happening because Wanda. So even these commercials, and it's like they're being shown to Sword on a TV, like a real TV show.
Yeah.
So it's like she knows they're watching, and she's putting on a show for them as well.
Yeah.
Man, this is deep. Yeah. But yeah, next week we're back. We're gonna watch episode 4, give you guys our breakdown, our review. We might make up a name for the show by then, maybe not. It might just be Marvel Review, because we don't care about any other comic book movies unless it's The Boys. Well, no,
season 3.
I'm lying.
I think there's some trailer. I think there's a teaser trailer, something like that. I've been avoiding Emergency Awesome for the past couple of days, so.
Yeah. As soon as after I watched the show, I checked out his stuff. Emergency Awesome. Make sure you go check him out. He's dope, full of information.
Yeah.
And before we go, you have anything else to say?
It's actually more of casual fan wrestling one. Joe Rogan, Undertaker.
Yeah. Watch that. Did you watch it?
Not the full one. I've just watched a couple clips because
Right.
I don't have Spotify. So
All right. The full episode should be on YouTube. So make sure that you check that out, and we'll make sure to talk about that. Make sure tell Slim to check it out too, even if it's just clips.
I'm gonna send the link once I find it.
All right. Until next week, this is Chezza. He is
GMTM.
This is our Marvel review.
Peace.
Lessons.